Cat and Jemima J. Written and read to you by Jane Green. Jealousy is a horrible emotion, envy even worse. Cat likes to think of herself as a nice person, but right now she is sitting in the back of a taxi snarling every time she thinks of Louise and the glory now being heaped upon her since she got an exclusive interview with Polly Goldman, in which the soap star talked about her drug bust. Louise isn't even a bloody news journalist, Cat mutters to herself as the cabbie slides the glass panel open, half turning his head and shouting, "What was that, love? Did you say something?" "Nothing." Cat attempts a bright smile before sinking back in her seat and muttering some more. She wouldn't mind if it had been anyone else on the women's desk who had scored an exclusive, but Louise. She isn't even staff, she's freelance for God's sake, not a full-time freelance like Cat, but God knows she'd like to be. As soon as Louise walked into the office, Cat saw how ambitious she was, willing to do whatever it took to get a story. She didn't get an exclusive with Polly Goldman by asking for it. She doorstepped her, as if she worked for the News of the World rather than the Daily Gazette. When the story came out, everyone gathered excitedly round Louise asking how she did it. She said she sat on the doorstep overnight, pressing the intercom every hour, explaining to Polly Goldman how her mortification over being caught could be assuaged by offering an exclusive to the Daily Gazette. By morning, poor Polly Goldman, exhausted by being woken up every hour by this woman who clearly wasn't going away, reluctantly asked her in, and boom! The story was Louise's, complete with descriptions of the bags under Polly's eyes, her gaunt cheeks, and her shaking hands as she poured the tea. Cat watches as her cab winds its way through the streets of Soho, thinking she would never stoop to that. It's the lowest of the low. We're supposed to be features writers, not news hacks. But behind her mutterings, behind her disdain, as unwilling as she is to admit it, lies a ribbon of insecurity. The Daily Gazette is the best paper she could ever imagine working for, but Cat, just past her mid-20s, has yet to prove herself with a big story. She's proving adept at the smaller fluff pieces. How to wear a scarf in 30 different ways. How to put the romance back into your marriage, as if she would know anything about that. How to revamp your wardrobe in 5 easy steps. But the big interviews, the ones that Poppy sometimes gets, and now the one that dreadful Louise has got, well, those have always evaded her. Cat knows what the problem is. She's too damn nice. She has interviewed plenty of celebrities, during each of which she forgets that she's a journalist there to interview someone well practiced in the art of talking to people. Within a few minutes, she starts to believe that they are, in fact, friends. She is seduced every time. In fact, a few months ago, while interviewing a television star, said television star, who was also rather more comfortable than perhaps she should have been, inadvertently let slip that she had had an abortion.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?